Greetings, greetings, greetings. It is the Apetibi Yelosha Oshunyemi Kalatunde, and this is the Sweet Water Collective. We are broadcasting live. In just a second, get this set up, and I'm gonna close that door in case one of the kids needs to go in there. Give me just a second. I'm gonna get my libation stuff set up. And I know some people were waiting for me to start at 1. I apologize for my tardiness. For some reason, my laptop was not connected to the internet, so I had to restart it. And you know that that process takes a little bit of a minute. Before we get started, I want to showcase my t-shirt. It does say Black Witch, has one of the pictures of the ancestral mothers on it, and it has several different descriptions of the Black Witch and who and what she is. If you're interested in getting one, they're being made by one of my Black Witchcraft students, and she can be found at KT Infinite Art on Facebook, and you can inbox her. There's also mugs. I don't know if the mugs are available right now, but the t-shirts are definitely available. Okay, if you're interested in getting one. All right, let's go ahead and get started, as always, by paying homage to the forces that make it possible for us to be here. Omi tutu, omi tutu, omi tutu tutu, ori tutu, emi tutu, aye tutu, laroye. Iba ashe olodumare ọba atụrere ka ye iba tiwo ojo iba tiwo ohun iba ale ogere afoko yeri iba rumla ileri ipin iba igba umle ojo kotun iba igba umle ojo kosin bakane ni ewenwo orumale iba akora iba ashera iba waniya afinju eje mojuba bogbo egun ndele mi bele se olodumare ibaye orun ibaye baye tunun iba wantonu iba odumo ade Baba Odubo Adebolu Fatimishe, Iba Ojubono Bokono, and Hochi Kofizunu, Iba Pojito Notito Revisunu, Iba Elo Sheshango Iniola, Iba Alumi Fatai Fabimo, Iba Petabi Faleri Fabimo, Iba Bobo Idelia Mushan, Iba Bobo Ideli Fabimo, Iba Akbomolabi Orisha, Iba Olokomej Village, Nigeria, Iba Abiyokuta, Nigeria, Iba Ile Ife, Iba Oyotunju Village, South Carolina. Iba Oba Sejma Adefumi the first, Iba Oba Adeyubi Adefumi the second, Iba Saleko. Ashe, 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 all right, let's sit this over here, guys. I hate to have liquids close to electronics. That is just a bad combination. All right, so we are moving forward in our study of Dilogun. As I said in the weeks before when we were studying Dilogun is one of the oracles in the Anago spiritual system. I always say, and I will continue to say, because I take pride in and I take very seriously giving people accurate information. I've been studying this tradition for 22 years, have been initiated into this tradition for 22 years, and studying it for 22 years. And I think that accurate information is essential. If you are not willing to study, if you are not willing to learn, then you cannot practice traditional African spirituality. So the spirituality of the Anago people, this is the name of the people that we currently call Yoruba, has within it four oracles that are used. The first and the original oracle of the Anago people is the one that we are discussing now. It is called Merindilogun, which means 16, because it does utilize 16 calories. The second oracle that is most used is the Ifa oracle. Ifa is the name of the oracle. Ifa is not the name of the tradition. The Ifa oracle is a combination of the Dilogun oracle and information that the ancestors got when they traveled outside of Yoruba land during a period of enslavement. The third oracle is the OB oracle, and this is the one that we use with 4 calories. So I'm sorry, there are three. I think I said four earlier. Three mainly used oracles within the spiritual tradition of the Anago people. So we spoke about Ejiogbe, which actually we should not have spoken about first, and I apologize. My mind was on divining as opposed to being on teaching the Odu in sequential order. So next week we're actually going to go back and we will cover the first verses, which would actually be Okanran as opposed to Ejiogbe. But we covered Ejiogbe first. After that, we covered Ejioko, which is the second level. And the third verses are what we will be covering today. And these are referred to as Ogunda. All right. And you know what? We are not having our meeting in our home today. So I let those little people off the hook. But you know what? They really could benefit from a retelling of this. I use this in my child rearing. And you know, it's never, you can never do too much with this one. So let me make them come in here and hear this too. And then we're going to talk about Ogunda. Give me just a second. It's up to you. They'll just see you walking. Come and sit over here. All right. It's fine. No, have a seat. All right. So today we are learning about the Odu, the third Odu within the Dilogun Oracle, and this Odu is called Ogunda. All right. Ogunda is one of the Odu in which Yemanja and Ogun speak. And this Odu holds a very important teaching about our character. Remember that when we decided to incarnate this time, meaning when we decided to be born this time and return to Earth, Mother Onyele through the body of our mothers, that what we were seeking and what we are seeking in this life is what?
Our destiny.
And you fulfill your destiny by having what?
Confidence in yourself.
Yes, definitely. But what and what else? Iwa right? So yes, you must have confidence in yourself. Yes, you must definitely have courage, and you have Iwa. This is one of the things that we are looking for in this particular lifetime. So this Odu, Ogunda, teaches us an essential lesson in having Iwa. It says anger does not do anything for anyone. Anger does not do anything for anyone. It is Su'uru that is the father of good character and the father of long life. Another verse says, it is Su'uru that allows the rope of life to remain unbroken in one's hand. Who remembers what Su'uru is? Calm what? Calm and peaceful what?
Calm and peaceful character.
Yes. Calmness, coolness, and sweetness in the face of adversity. So, anger does not do anything for anyone. It is patience that is the father of good character. Character, literally, Suru ni baba wa. Suru is the father of Iwa, good character. So, and is the father of long life. So it is Suuru that is the father of good character and the father of long life. All right. This is the Odu that was received when three brothers came to get a divination together. And those brothers' names were anger, hot headedness, and coolness. Okay? And they were each the sons of kings. So it says that anger, let's say, what is how do we say it in Yoruba? Looks like Inu. Anger was the child of the king of Ara. Hot-headedness, Edofufu, was the child of the king of Ijero. And coolness, Tetu, was the child of the king of Orangun Aga. But they all had the same mother, but each of them had a different father. And so she left them, yes, they're brothers. She left them with their fathers once they became old enough, and she went to live at the distant farm. And after a while, she went and she lived there for 13 years. So after a while, the king of Ara passed away. After a while, the king of Ijero passed away. After a while, the king of Orangun Ara passed away. And if the kings passed away, the rulers passed away, then what's going to happen with the sons?
The princes have to take over.
So Eshu came to the house of the mother, and he was rejoicing. He was praising the Orisha. And he said, oh, your sons are going to become king. Your first son, Anger, will become the king of Arak. Your second son, Hot-headedness, will become the king of Ijero. And your third son, Tetu, will become the king of Orangun Arak.
Mommy, I can already tell by Anger he's like a fire. He's like he gets like mad very easily.
Yeah, he has a fiery temper.
And his second brother, I'm not talking about him, but
talking about hot-headedness.
Yeah, he seems like the same. Cool, he's just like okay.
So Eshu came and told her, your sons are going to become kings. And the mother was so excited. Hey, my sons will be becoming kings. Oh, I'm so proud. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And when Eshu had come to see the mother was in the process of eating a meal. So she had some iyam, which is a kind of fufu. It's pounded yam. It's the one that's made out of yam. It's not made out of cassava. Like the one we usually eat is made out of cassava. So she was eating some yams. And what do you eat your pounded yams with? What do you eat your fufu with? A nice spicy stew. Yes, exactly. She was eating her yams with her stew. And all her and Eshu were talking about how proud she was of her three sons and the fact that they would be becoming kings. And she finished her food and she told her servant to go and get 3 big calabashes. Like the big calabash, yeah, like the ones we shake, but like the big one we have in the kitchen that we sometimes put food in, has fruit in it right now.
Oh yeah,
that's a calabash. So she said, go and get me a big calabash. And do you know what she did?
What?
She took off her valuable shaggy beads. Shaggy beads are like pure gold. They're very, very valuable, okay? So it would be like in this day and time, if you took off your diamonds, if you took off your gold, that's what the mommy was doing. She took off all of her valuable jewelry and she parceled it out 3 times, right? She gave some for her son Anger. She gave some for her son Hot-headedness. She gave some for her son Tetu. And she asked Eshu, she said, I will not be able to make it to them before they are crowned as king, but will you please take them a gift for me? Take each one of them a gift for me, because that's Shu, right? He's not hindered by the physical realms. He can move as quickly as he wants to. So Mama said, I won't be able to make it, but would you please take them a gift? And then Shu said, yes, that'll be fine. And she said, well, you may meet with some bandits on the road. So I'm going to take the leftover part of these yams I was eating, and I'm going to cover up what's in these calabashes, so that you won't be able to just look at the calabash and say, oh, look at this. It's full of valuable shaky beads. Let me steal it, right? So she covered over each calabash with her leftover yams, and she gave them to Eshu to take to her sons. So Eshu begins on his journey. Stop. And he stops. Who was the first son? Anger. So in our society, in West African society, what's most important is who was born first. So who's going to get his gift first? Anger. So Eshu stops at the house of Anger. And there's a beautiful festival going on because Anger has just been crowned king. And everybody is drumming and dancing and rejoicing. And everybody's kicking it. Yes. And Eshu says, Anger. And he greets him. Greetings to the king. I've come to bring you a gift from your mother. And Anger gets excited. Oh, my dear mother, I haven't seen her in 13 years. How is she? Is she well? And Eshu was like, oh, she's very well. She's very proud of you. She's very excited. So she had me bring you this gift. And he hands Anger the calabash full of leftover yams. And what does Anger say? What?
Angry because he thinks that they're yams.
My mother? Now that I sit upon the throne of my father, has the audacity to send me a calabash of leftover yams? Does she not know that I am the king? Does she not know that I have become the ruler of this place? Take these with you and go, Eshu. I am offended. Anger, he sits there and he's just seething in his madness, and he's just angry. And Eshu says, okay. What does Eshu say? Does Eshu say, hold on a minute, something else is going? Does Eshu bother to say that? No. Because Eshu lets you make your own what? Decision. He's not going to interfere with it, but he is going to make sure that you get what you deserve according to your decision. So what do we think Eshu probably did? How did he probably feel about that when Anger did that?
He felt offended.
He probably laughed.
Yeah.
He don't even know what's in this calabash. Oh my goodness.
He was probably happy because now
he took the calabash, and he still had how many?
Two.
Nope. He still had how many? Yeah. So he moves on to the second son. Hot-headedness. Hot-headedness had become the king of Ijero. And he is the second son, so Eshu must go to him second because he is the second oldest. Now he still has the 3 calabashes of jewels, of valuable shaggy beads, of all types of money. And he goes to Ijero, the home of hot-headedness. And there's a party going on. Woo, it's a feast. Everybody's kicking it. All praises to the son of the king of Ijero, who has now become the king. Yes, it was drumming of all kind. Everybody was dancing. And then Eshu said, my king, I greet you. Long live the king. And he said, I've brought you a gift from your beloved mother. And hot-headedness was so happy to hear from his mother. He remembered how she had loved him and cared for him as a child, how she had taught him everything that he needed to know, and how she had then sent him to his father's house to learn everything that he needed to know to be a royal ruler. And he was happy to receive this gift from his mother. And as Shu said, here is the gift. And it was the calabash with the leftover yams. And hot-headedness said, what? All these years I thought that my mother had loved me. She has no more respect or love for me than to send me leftovers. It ain't even fresh yams. She ain't even make me no fresh yams. She ain't even make me no new yams. It's not even meat. Is there no goat? It is only yam. It's not even stew. It is only yam. My mother has no respect for me. My mother has no love for me. Take that away from me. If that hurts my heart for her to send me such a thing. Take it away, Eshu. I can't believe it. I would not have guessed that my mother was such a woman as this. And so Eshu says, what? Oh my goodness. Oh, these boys are tripping me out. It's so funny. So he gathers that calabash back up. How many calabashes does he still have?
3.
3. He goes to the youngest son, who has become the king of Orangun Ara. And the youngest son is who? Coolness. Tetu. And he gets to Ara, Orangun Ara. And there is a party going on just as before, and all the people are rejoicing, and they are dancing, they're singing, and they're eating all of the good foods, and they're drinking the palm wine, and oh, it's a celebration. Yay! The people having a good time. And they say, and Eshu says, greetings, greetings, your majesty. I come bearing a gift from your mother, who is so proud that you have become king and are now sitting in your father's place. Hold on, I have to sneeze. It's not coming. So she, Eshu, I'm sorry, said, this is a gift that your mother brought you. And he hands Coolness the calabash of leftover yams that have now been traveling for 3 days. And Coolness says, oh, my dear sweet mother, just as she did when I was a baby, she never eats without also thinking of me. And he took the calabash of leftover yams and he ate them. And he sat and he ate the yams and he remembered all of the wonderful meals he had shared with his mother. And after he ate all of the yams, what do you think that he discovered there?
There was
valuable shaky beans.
under
And because the other 2 brothers did not want their inheritance, he also got the other 2 calabashes. So he had the 3 calabashes of wealth, because when he was presented with a situation where it looked as if someone was being offensive to him, he took the time to act with what? Coolness and calmness and sweetness. And so he was able to get all of the rewards from the situation. This is where our ancestors tell us, this is where the Odu says, anger does not do anything for anyone. It is patience that is the father of good character, and that is the father of long life. Do you see the way that the Orishas say that this is so? And Eshu was praising the diviners, and the diviners were praising the Orisha, that their diviners had spoken the truth. Right? Su'uru is the father of long life and good character.
I want to tell you something.
Okay. Does it have to do with this?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. I think that the other 2 boys, Angus and hot-headed. Yeah, hot-headed.
Mm-hmm.
They were mean because I think they didn't even look under the yams. They didn't look around in the yams. They didn't even try them to see if they were still good.
But that's the point of the story. If you got some leftover 3-day-old yams at the most important day of your life, sit down. What would you do?
I would eat them.
No, probably
not. Well, not eat them. I would like scoop around.
Right.
See if anybody got.
So,
I know that
what we are learning from this particular story is the importance of maintaining calmness, right?
Right.
We talked, what other story? Do you remember the other story where we talked about that?
Yes, Mama's girl.
Mm-hmm.
Mother's girl.
That didn't have anything to do with calmness, but yes, you have to think before you speak. But yes, in this particular story, what it is teaching you is that even when it looks as if offensive, pause and take the time to assess the whole situation before you decide how to react, before you decide what you're going to do about the situation. Pause and take the time to reflect. What happens inside your body when you get all emotional? How do you feel when you get very emotional? How does it make you feel? One person can say one thing and one person can say another thing. How does it make you feel?
Excited.
Okay, so you feel full of energy?
Yes. Sometimes it makes me happy and kind of good and kind of sad. But most of the times I feel happy.
You're supposed to be saying one thing.
Well, most of the times I feel excited.
So one of the reasons that the Odu tells us that Su'uru is the father of long life is that to be in a high emotional state most of the time is very, very bad for your health, right? To be in a high emotional state is what doctors and healthcare officials refer to as stress. So when you have a lot of stress going on, then you have a lot of health issues that are a result of that stress. Okay? This is why our ancestors said over 10,000 years ago, our ancestors already knew this. So they said it is suuru that allows the rope of life to remain unbroken in your hand. What kills most people is stress. It's becoming overly emotional about things that don't require that level of emotion. So, something that doesn't require that level of anger, wait and see how much anger it requires before you decide to be that angry. You are in control of your emotions. That is part of what this Odu is teaching. You are in control of your emotions, not anything outside of you. So you are responsible for how you act and how you react to everything that you're presented with. So you can't control anyone else's actions. They couldn't control the actions of their mother. They couldn't say, Mommy, if you're going to send me some bees, put them in a beautiful bag so that I'll know that you haven't just sent me leftover food. Right? They couldn't control the actions of their mother. They could only control their reaction to what she did. So you take the time to look at a situation and know it before you determine how to react to it. All the time. You do this all the time. You have to react like Tetu, with coolness, with calmness. Otherwise, you're going to wind up what?
Not getting any presents.
You're going to wind up missing out on the things that are supposed to be yours.
Like on Christmas, like if you've been bad, like if you open the present, like those people who do the more than one box thing, and you open the present, then you open the second box, like there's nothing in here. I can't believe you didn't get me anything. And then like there's another box, and then they keep opening, then they get something good, and they're like, no, I'll just take it back. Exactly. And it's something really good, like a video game or a tablet. No, I know something because some people
have a seat. Some people would.
Some people do like these pranks where they tell the kids that I didn't get you anything for Christmas, but here's a nice George, but you should open it. Open it, and they keep on opening it. Like, you lied to me, you did give me something.
Yeah, I've seen that. But no matter what the situation is, because it may not always be gifts, but you decided upon the array that you would get in this lifetime. And when we use the word array, what we mean is your blessings. You decided which blessings you would get in this lifetime. So before those three sons were born, they had decided upon the blessings that they were supposed to receive. And the jewels that their mother was sending to them was their inheritance. This was part of their fortune. This was part of their money, part of the capital that they were supposed to have. And she was like, oh, this belongs to him, this belongs to him, and this belongs to him. So these were all part of what they should have received as part of their destiny. But because they chose to act, the first two chose to act in anger as opposed to acting from a state of tetu, then they missed out on their own blessings, blessings that rightfully belong to them. Right? It wasn't that they were taking somebody else's. These things rightfully belong to them, but they missed out on it because they chose to act in anger instead of tetu. Is it okay to be angry?
No. Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Is it normal and natural to be angry?
Yes.
Are things going to happen that are going to make us angry?
Yes.
But what's not right is acting in anger. So when something happens that makes you angry, if you are going to have to take an action, you wait and take the action after the anger has passed. Sit up, you're going to get that all in your hand. So that the action comes once once you have returned to what?
To your state of calmness.
Exactly, to your state of tetu, right? To your state of su'uru. And let me tell you something else. Let me tell you guys something else, and all my family that's viewing, is that you can use those words to help you reach that state. You can say that to yourself, tetu, tetu, tetu. You need to calm down. You can remind yourself, su'uru, su'uru, when you need to calm down. The words carry the vibration of what they are. All words carry the vibration of what they are. Words are symbols of things that we actually see and feel, taste and touch and smell. So you can use the words to help you to achieve that state. So if you feel yourself getting angry and you know this is a time when you need to be calm, then in your mind you can remind yourself of tetu. You can remind yourself of su'uru. You can even say su'uru ni babawa. Su'uru is the father of Iwa. And you have to remember that it's Iwa that you're always seeking. Iwa Puele. Good character. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You guys are free to go. Finish up what you were doing. Make sure you wash whatever dishes that you were using. Nubia, please put that stuff away that you got out in the living room.
Okay. I'm done playing it yet.
Okay. So Ogunda is one of the Odu that teaches us or reminds us of the importance of Su'uru. Su'uru is beyond the shadow of any kind of doubt, one of the foundation mindsets, one of the foundation ways of being that our ancestors relied upon in order to maintain their civilization, in order to maintain productive households, productive communities, and a productive empire. So Uru was one of the mainstays of our tradition, is one of the mainstays of our tradition. So when you act from a place of coolness and calmness in the face of adversity. You act from that place, regardless of what the emotion is that you may be feeling at the time. And none of this is to say that any of your emotions are invalid, because they are not. All of your emotions are valid. You should pay attention to your emotions. You should pay attention to the source of your emotions. Listen to your emotions, but you do not act according to your emotions. When it is time to take action, when it is time to make a decision, you pause, you think, and you give yourself time to make a calculated, well thought out, well researched, um, thoroughly vetted, thoroughly considered decision. You don't make a decision based upon emotion, any kind of emotion, whether it is a very good emotion or whether it is a more hot-headed emotion. You don't make a decision based on any emotion. All right. So we are going to close out for today. Next week we will do another verse of Ogunda. If you have questions that come up from these particular lessons, then go ahead and shoot me an email at got to be Oshun, GOT, the number two, the letter B, OSHUN at gmail.com. Because if you put it in the comments down here, I am not going to read it. There are very, very, very few times in my life where I have time to read my YouTube comments. So if you leave it here, I probably am not going to see it. So if you want to reach out to me, if you have a question, if you have something that you want me to address, if possible, while I am creating the videos and sharing the information about the Odu with you, then send it to me in an email. That's the best way to reach me. Okay? And the book that we are getting the bulk of this information from is 16 Calories, and that was written by William Bascom. Bascom. He is given the credit for it, but as I will continue to say every time, all of the verses that make up this entire book were recited by one Obatala priest, Baba Saleko. Um, and then my book, first couple of pages of my book are torn up. No, but there was a picture in the front of the book. Oh, here it is. And I don't know if I've shown this before, but that's Baba Saleko. He's recording all of these verses into this recorder. And then William Bascom had it translated. But that's this whole book, and these are those very thin pages like the Bible with this small print. So it all comes from one priest, one Obatala priest. All right, we will reconvene here next Sunday. Next Sunday, we'll be having the regular meeting, so we'll be out in the living room with everybody. But this Sunday, I got a late notice that I actually have to take Nubia to cheer practice. I didn't know that I had to do that. I thought we were off for the holiday, but we're not. So we will be back next Sunday at 1 with the regular study group. If you have questions or something that you don't understand about what I've shared thus far, as I said before, please email me and look forward to hearing from you guys later. All right. Peace.